The restaurant hummed with the usual mid-afternoon rhythm, plates clinking, forks scraping, and quiet conversations blending into a soft buzz. Behind the counter, Marcus, a tall black waiter in a crisp white shirt, balanced a tray with practiced ease. His smile was gentle, the kind that made tired customers feel seen. The bell above the door jingled. A woman in a wheelchair slowly rolled in, her hands trembling slightly on the wheels. People glanced for a moment, then turned back to their meals. Marcus noticed right away. He set the tray down and walked over, pulling out a chair from a nearby table to make space for her. "Good afternoon, ma'am," he said, his voice steady but warm. "Let me help you settle in." She looked up, surprised at the kindness, and gave a small nod. "Thank you. Most people, they don't bother." Marcus crouched slightly so their eyes met. "Well, I bother. What can I get you today? Coffee, tea, something stronger?" Her lips curved in the faintest smile. "Coffee, black, and whatever you recommend from the menu." He chuckled softly. Dangerous to trust a stranger's taste. "But I'll take that challenge." As he scribbled the order on his notepad, she kept her eyes on him, studying his face like it was a photograph she'd seen before. He didn't notice. To him, it was just another customer, someone he wanted to treat with dignity. When he returned with her coffee, steam rising in lazy spirals, he placed it in front of her carefully so she wouldn't have to stretch. She murmured another "thank you." Marcus smiled. "No need for thanks, ma'am. Everyone deserves a little extra care now and then." She sipped slowly, her gaze still fixed on him, as if she were waiting for the right moment to reveal something. Marcus returned with a plate, grilled chicken with vegetables, arranged neatly, his personal recommendation. He placed it in front of her, adjusting the cutlery so she could reach easily. "Hope this suits you," he said with a friendly nod. She looked at the plate but didn't pick up her fork right away. Instead, her hand slipped into a worn leather handbag on her lap. After a moment, she pulled out a folded piece of paper, yellowed at the edges, its creases softened by years of handling. Marcus tilted his head. "That doesn't look like payment," he joked lightly, thinking she'd hand him cash next. The woman's hand trembled slightly as she extended it toward him. "Please, just take this." Curious, Marcus accepted the folded sheet and unfolded it slowly. His playful expression faded. It wasn't money at all. It was a newspaper clipping. The headline stared back at him in bold letters: "Family lost in mysterious fire, child still missing." His throat tightened. Beneath the headline was a faded black and white photograph, charred ruins, a young boy's name printed under a grainy portrait. The name was his. Marcus blinked, stunned. What is this?" The woman's eyes glistened. "It's your story. You may not remember me, but I've carried this with me for years." The noise of the restaurant seemed to dim around him. He stared at the clipping, his hands trembling now, the coffee pot in the background hissing softly like a reminder of the world still moving while his own had stopped chair across from her, the clipping still trembling in his hands. His chest felt tight, his voice unsteady. "I don't understand," he said, eyes flicking from the faded photo to the woman's lined face. This can't be me." The woman leaned forward, her voice soft but certain. "It is you. I was there that night. The fire, the chaos. I remember carrying you out, but in the confusion, you were taken by someone else before I could find you again." Her fingers brushed the edge of the clipping, as though it were fragile glass. "I searched for years." Marcus's memories stirred, like smoke rising from embers long buried. He saw flickers, heat, screaming, the glow of orange flames against the dark. A child's cry, his cry. He pressed his palm to his forehead. I thought those were just nightmares." She nodded slowly, her voice breaking. "Not nightmares, memories." He looked up at her, searching her eyes. "And you, who are you to me?" Tears welled in hers. "I'm your mother's sister, your aunt. I lost everything that night. My sister, my home, but I never stopped looking for you. And then, one day, I saw this face." She gestured at him. "In a small photo from this restaurant's community column. That's how I knew." Marcus swallowed hard, his throat dry. The restaurant clatter seemed distant now, like it belonged to another world. "All this time, I thought I was just nobody. Just some kid who ended up alone." The woman reached out, placing a trembling hand on his. You were never nobody. You were lost. And now, you're found. Marcus sat frozen, the clipping still clutched in his hand like a piece of burning coal. His chest rose and fell with uneven breaths. The woman, his aunt, waited, her eyes filled with a quiet desperation. I don't know what to do with this, he whispered at last. All my life I've been building something, piece by piece, trying to forget the emptiness. Now you show me where it came from, and it feels like the ground's been pulled from under me. Her voice was steady, though tears streaked her cheeks. You don't have to decide everything now. Just don't turn away from who you are. Don't turn away from family. He looked at her hand, resting fragile and open on the table, waiting for him to take it. He hesitated. His mind flashed to the quiet life he'd built here, the routines, the safety, the people who knew him simply as Marcus the waiter. Then, another image. Flames, loss, a child's cry swallowed by smoke. Finally, he reached across the table and covered her hand with his. His grip was firm, not trembling anymore. His eyes, though wet, carried a new weight. I don't know what comes next, he said, voice low but sure. But I'm ready to find out. The woman let out a trembling breath, almost a laugh, almost a sob. That's all I've ever wanted to hear. Marcus folded the clipping carefully and slid it into his pocket, not as a burden now, but as a compass. Around them, the restaurant buzz returned, people eating, laughing, living. Yet for him, the world had shifted. He stood, still holding her hand. Let's start with dinner, he said softly. It's been waiting for you. And for the first time in years, he felt he was no longer waiting alone.